gonna see what happens in map 1. And it's game time, baby. Con X5 here. Let's get started. You know what, why don't we just stick to Chowie for now? We pretty much know what he's gonna do. He's gonna be playing some defense. Or is he? Yeah, there he is. Trans dropping back in base. He'll be playing defense with shot callers. They immediately get a wave to knock him out. So, both teams being extremely aggressive in this opener. Not even waiting for this 100 armor to come up. But now we're going to have a fight where both flag carriers might be going after that 100 armor. Let's go see what happens with it. Well, it looks like this flag carrier, Blue, now is making their way into their base. They're in their base low. This is dangerous for Red. They get the cutoff. No return, though, as Blue is all around the flag, and they're completely surrounding their flag carrier. Limbo gets that last second grab. He had nobody around him to help, so that's an early lead for the Blue team. Still plenty of time, as you can see the less than a minute into this game. They're going to have plenty of time to try to tie this up. Grendel Keep is typically a reasonably high-scoring game. Or a reasonably high-scoring map, I should say. And we're going to try to... There we go. Watch Bob now grabbing this flag. He's got the defense dead behind him, so he's going to expect a cutoff as he gets past this doorway right here. There's the rockets coming in. Oh, and they can't get the pickup. That flag's going to get returned. Let's follow Razor coming out. He's got rockets in his face. That may break him down quickly. That's going to happen. Let's see. We got 100 armor coming up soon, so I'm just going to go straight to this. Watch this fight over this. They have the blue side on the left, red side on the right. Not sure who came away with that one. Doesn't look like anyone came away cleanly. We're about to see a grab of the red flag over here, so let's follow that. Looks like it's going to be Imitator with extremely low health. Let's see what it's looking like around him. Well, he's going to go down quickly. And let's go ahead and back off into the bases right now, as next power-up spawning are going to be the amps any second now. And I imagine that this early in the game, both teams are going to be giving the amps to the defenders. See Combo Shock in position to grab his. Red may get in here and try to steal it. Looks like it was delayed a bit. Amp doesn't come up yet, so Red's going to take that opportunity to get this flag moving. They do have blue on both sides, but they got a little bit of cover here as well. Ras is going to get up to his flag. Both of his cover are cutting off the defenders. He actually gets cut off. Oh, come on. So now moving up stairwell here. Zeo's getting that grab and going down. And it looks like blue is in position for another piston straight to their flag. So Bob playing some offense. He's one of those two-way players. And looks like he's getting the job done so far, as they're already up 2, just a couple minutes into this game. Let's follow him and see what it's looking like from his perspective. One thing that'll be interesting to see is how these players from each respective region react and respond to the fact that they're going to be playing against players that are basically half players that they're very familiar with and half players that they're not familiar with at all. I don't know if that got returned, so let's follow Red though. There is Rasty is just running it all the way back into his base untouched. Blue team completely distracted by trying to cover their flag carrier. He's going to run coast to coast, but nobody's there to cover him. And Blue able to return that flag easily. So I'm not sure if there was some miscommunication there, but he didn't have any cover the entire time. Chowie's going to grab that amp. Let's go ahead and watch him in first person and see what he does with it. One LG shot. Remember, he's going to be able to pretty much kill anyone in one shot. Gets the double kill there. He's going to want to pick up this health. Now he's got the blue defense completely out of sync. He's got another kill out there, so pretty much giving his team a good minute and a half now of a sustained defense by himself. It's another double kill there, so good job by Chowie making the most of that amp. Finally goes down. Bob's going to jump in and try to get a grab there. But let's go check out the... There we go. Blue flag carriers. He's going to be going out flat. Nobody in front of him, but it looks like they're going to be set for a cutoff. There they go. Chowie and Zeo's dropping down on top of him. They've got him pretty much double teamed here. It's going to be hard for him to get anywhere with that flag. However, he does escape, heading back to his shock. See him fake the lifts and go straight back into his flag room low. Is there anybody there for the pickup? Looks like Blimpo taking shots wisely. Still had the focus to pull out his translocator and get that return. Well, we've seen a lot of quick grabs in this game, but let's go watch this blue flag, because this is the one they're going to need to get moving. You see Blimpo grabbing that, pistoning straight across the map. He's going to get all the way towards his flag. He actually gets a kill there, so now he's going to be able to head in his room, or head to his own flag room. He's got defenders on his own team pushing up to cover. Their flag is gone, but he will get set up for a flag standoff. And they have the amp. I wonder if that amp's going to return or cover. Looks like that amp's going to return. Oh, no, it was Zeos. He dropped back just to get that last cover kill. Let's follow Zeos now. can find him. There we go. Running in here with Amp, trying to get this return. It's a double kill. Needs to get this third kill, though. That's the flag carrier. Oh, he misses the shot. This is 2 in a row, both very close. That would have gotten him in pretty much an instant return there. So right now, blue is resetting. Got a chance to get back in position. Red looks like they cleared out a wave of blue attackers as well. So Rasty's going to head up to Rockets. It's a pretty standard spot to defend during a flag standoff. Zeo's able to get that return. Now Red's going to need to drop down. They need to clear their base. Right now, Rasty's alone in the stick. He needs to get his cover to back off, cover him, and let his defense take care of this return. They do that. He's going to be on the stick. Rocket's taking him out. They get that return. Is Blimpo going to be able to dive? Yes, they finally clear out the base. And so Red wins that standoff and pulls back within 1. Looks like we're about a quarter of the way into this match. I'll give you a little bit of a view of the stats. And pretty evenly matched so far. Blue pulled out 2 quick caps, but both teams have had no trouble getting the flag moving. And Fraser decides to piston without the health. His teammate picks it up, though. Oh, it gets kamikazed, and there's the return. I wonder where blue flag carrier is. Not going very far, so let's head back and watch this red flag moving. Looks like Made's going to be going high middle. He doesn't have any cover, though, so Chowder's going to be cutting him off. His cover comes up just in time. Tater getting this pickup, dropping back to flak. Knows he's going to have cut off in front of him. Needs to wait for his cover to try to clear it out. He backs off. But he's got Amp and enemy flag carrier right on top of him. So he's just going to be absolutely outnumbered there. Big combos coming in from the top. Blimpo's going to get this one picked up. Head in his front door. However, their flag is already on the move, so he's going to need to try to stay clear. Looks like Razor able to get inside his own base, but again, blue just waiting right there. Nice pickup though, and looks like we're going to be set up for another standoff. Unless Bob goes down, and there's a quick return by Zeos, and Red's going to... Well, they're going to be 1 or 2 kills short here. Ooh, a last second clutch LG there by Blimpo, able to keep that flag run alive just long enough for Cena to return the flag. So a nice cover shot right there. Denied the return by blue, and now we've got a tie game. Just about a third of the way into this one. Looks like we've got a really evenly matched matchup here. It'll be interesting to see if, as the game goes on, the power-ups getting out of sync and attackers kind of losing their synchronization, if things get a little chaotic and the defenders start settling down a bit and keeping these flags safe, because right now they're just moving non-stop. See a very methodical flag run here. He's kind of threatening to go high mid and then dropping back down and threatening to go high mid. Red has to honor that and go basically watch both areas at once, but they dropped a couple back and really had that under control. Red flag moving again, not going to go very far. I don't know what the timing on the 100 is. Let me check that real quick. Doesn't look like anybody's... Well, it looks like they're fighting over the area. There it is. Blimpo, typically one of the guys that they're going to assign to holding these mid power-ups, so good indicator of when something's going to spawn. He gives it up, but looks like they're going to sort of drop this back on defense. Interesting move using the 100 armor on a defender. Razor, meanwhile, already losing all of his health. He pretty much pistoned right into the enemy offense right there, and we're seeing at least the blue team starting to turn around a bit. Every time their flag leaves the base, they're starting to turn around, try to get cutoffs, play a little more defensively, just to make sure they keep control of it. Let me pop over to this blue flag as Razor's got it moving. Rasty not able to do anything with that. I'll watch a defender. Already watched Chowie. Let's say somebody from the red. Nope. Doesn't want to switch to who I want to switch it to, so we're just going to watch the flag for now. Actually see a solo run here across flag. I don't know if red team just didn't see him, but he's going to be able to... Oh, he can't piss into his flag stand. That's going to buy him a couple more seconds, or buy the red team a couple more seconds to grab that flag. Crucial. If he had 1 more health, he would have been able to piston straight to his flag stand. He does have amped cover here. He really needs to think about passing this flag. With 20 health, they may be able to take him out on this flag stand if they're not careful. Oh, red gets there just a half second too late, and there you go, blue. Getting that sneaky run across that flag side. I'm not sure if red just never saw him or what. It wasn't a particularly fast speed run. Just kind of waltzed across the map without getting seen. He's going to get a grab there. Running into amp. That's going to go down and expired. Didn't catch the timing on that 100 armor and all that chaos, but let's go follow this flag. Looks like Imitator is going to be running tries to piston, misses it, maybe got locked down, so he's going to head to high mid, jump right into Chowie. Good cover, almost picked up the 100 armor mid-route. His teammate, his cover actually picked it up. So now he's going to be running with 100 armor here. Just sitting back to his shock. He can piston straight to his base and maybe pass up some of this damage, but just got completely knocked into the air and absolutely no control at that point. There we go. We're going to watch Tolian, I guess is how I'm going to pronounce this. A lot of these players, I'm not going to know how to pronounce their names, so apologize in advance, but I'm going to follow him as he tries to cut off his flag running across mid. Lots of red cover here. He's going to be trying to do as much damage as possible. He disrupts that piston with the rockets. That's something you're going to notice. A lot of the European players will have a tendency to do more so than, say, North American players. They're going to tend to use the splash damage from rockets and the fact that it knocks you around and disrupts you, basically disrupt your movement. So it's lower damage, but it does disrupt the ability of flag carriers to piston around as much. That's something that a lot of European players, defenders, will favor over the higher spike damage of, say, your shock rifle and lightning gun. Tater's still running around. We haven't really seen a standoff, sort of a defensive positioning here. Here we go. We finally see these guys going to grab that 50 armor. Haven't seen him head up to rockets. Oh, he gets shot from behind. Zeal's able to sneak in. Was one shot away from that return, but luckily the cover took him out. So Imitator now still trying to buy time in base. Now what he's doing that's a little scary here is he's rotating all around the base. And he's actually coming all the way to mid. Maybe what he's going to do is have his teammates all go in return while he tries to hide in mid. This is not an unusual tactic. So now he's going to take this risk. He's all the way in mid. I imagine his entire team is going to be going on return now. They're going to be able to overwhelm the cover of the red team, get that return, but now he's going to be all by himself in mid, and he's probably not going to get back to his flag stand before the red team has a chance to grab. But his defense does a good job of clearing that base. They're going to do one more kill, and just miss it on the stand. That will do it, though. So it's an interesting risk and reward scenario there. Blue, kind of surprised to see them take that risk up by 1, but it pays off. They go up by 2, just about 2/3 of the way through this map, so still plenty of time for the red team. You can cap fairly quickly in this map, but some smart play there that gets them a little bit of a safety cap there. They're now up by 2. They have the red flag moving yet again. Runs right into a combo, but he has plenty of cover. His defense is actually pushing out to cover there. Blue team is securing their base, but not able to push forward and keep that flag carrier clear to base. Lumbo's going to grab. Looks to have pretty low health, so he's going to be pistoning. Look for him to go high mid here and maybe drop the flag for a teammate. Blue dropping back though, cutting him off hard. And with just about the last quarter of this map being played, you can expect the blue team to be a lot more defensive. Red may need to stretch their positioning a bit. They may need to push one of their defenders up. Meanwhile, Razor looks like he had 100 armor, and now he's just going to piston his way all the way across the map. He's going to be able to actually outrun the blue defenders, and just like that, speed run takes him right back within 1 with just under 7 minutes to go. So scratch what I said there. Red team does not need to feel a sense of particular urgency at the moment, because only down by 1 with plenty of time left. They don't need to take any extreme measures with their defensive positioning or anything yet. Let's watch Imitator with his amp as he tries to do some damage, and actually I think he may have balled himself there, not quite sure. Let's head back over to this red base. Looks absolutely empty. There's Chowie, and Chowie and Zeos, one thing that they both like to do is rotate around a lot. They'll move around and kind of patrol the base, which makes it very difficult for the defenses coming in to get a bead on them. And blue team has had this flag moving a lot, much of that due to the cover of Bob, as you see there. Having 3 people in the base is really, really important if you want to get the flag moving against a pair of good defenders. Of course, what that does do is leave your team with less players, obviously, to cut off your enemy flag carriers. We've seen a wide open game here so far. Lots of flag movement. Not sure. It looks like the blue flag carrier, there he goes, kind of doubling back and forth. And see what his cover sees, trying to figure out where he's going to go. Let's follow him. He's at flag, trying to go back and forth. I mean, he's got defense behind him now, but he doesn't have enough health to really make good use of it by pistoning back to base. Let's go see if we can watch, who's the other defender for blue? Combo Shock, I believe. We're going to watch him for a bit and see what his view is showing us on defense here. As he tries to keep this locked down for the last 5 minutes and his team in the lead. You can see 3 blue in their base right now, so I don't know if they're officially dropping back into third defender or if this is just temporary, but Combo Shock's going to grab that amp and maybe push forward a little bit and catch people coming on the way in. Big combo to the back of Rassi. Oh, it looks like Red had brought that amp on offense. Not a bad move, actually. If you're down and you're kind of running out of time, that's what I would have been doing the rest of the map, is giving that amp to the offensive player. Of course, it's going to give them double the damage. Make it a little bit easier for them to clear out these defenders, and even if they grab the flag, it'll make it easier for them to cover themselves. But Combo Shock not really seeing a lot of Red coming. I'm a little bit surprised, being that they're down. I would expect Red to be dropping in as many people as they could. Looks like they may be playing that sort of 2 to 2.5 offense. It looks like what Red's doing now is they're trying to sort of mass grabs. Razor may be trying to catch the defense out of position here. He may be trying to run across the map himself again. Blue drops up everybody back on return, so it will give Blimpo a chance to cherry pick here. So he's going to catch the D out of position. May be able to get to high mid with some cover if his cover catches up to him. So you can expect pretty much everyone will be running high mid. Blimpo's going to try to flank around. You see the double kill there. He's going to get back in his own flak. Pistons towards his base. He's going to drop this soon, though. He needs to pick up. Zeos picks it up. Problem is, he's a defender, so he's going to need to communicate to swap roles. They get that return, and he dives back into his stand to tie this game up. With 3.5 minutes left. A nice relay run there by the red team. Let's switch back over to Tolian here, who has this amp. All of a sudden, his team no longer in the lead. It's a clutch kill right there. Can't get the second shot, though. And this may be his last chance to stop this cap. He goes down to a rocket. Rassi able to get another one, so 2 caps in a row. I guess that's 3 in a row in for the red team, taking them back in front with 3 minutes to go. And now blue team is in the opposite role that they were before. Now they have to be the attackers. They have to be extremely aggressive to try to get this flag moving. They are running low on time, and you may see them doing what the red team was doing, which is pushing their own amp on offense. So we've got one defense going down. Dude grabbing this flag, not really seeing any cover. He's doing a good job of covering himself, but with so little time left, just about the 2.5 minute mark, I would expect to see at least 3 blue in the red base, if not 4 at this point. Really have to get this flag moving. Red amp comes up. I want to see who grabs this. Zeos actually grabs it. Goes down instantly, but that could have been a huge grab if the blue team could have taken their amp. Blue flag is down. Oh, they jump over the return. Maybe trying to time that return. So blue now threatening. It gets telefragged in midair. Instant return. And that's a little bit heartbreaking right there, but you know what, let's go watch this red flag if we can. This is the one that's going to need to get moving. Blue has any chance to time this one back up in these last couple minutes. Just heard that 2-minute warning. See red with 3 in base now. Blimpo's dropped back a bit. I would expect him to play a little bit in front of the red base, not necessarily in the flag room. That's a bit dangerous. You'll see right there, you'll have a flag carrier grab, get out quickly, and just be out in front. And there's a nice pickup by blue. He's got a little bit of cover, but his teammates need to get there quickly. Another good cover kill and pickup, but where are his teammates? They need to be all on top of him right now. Bob gets up there, he gets a kill. Blue's going to be threatening here. They're actually going to run straight into their shock. And now's decision time. How many people do you drop back on cover? How many do you put on return? He's going to be hiding with 19 health. They really need to pass this flag. That's a very, very dangerous position. Any shot's going to take him out. He goes down. A nice cover kill there to extend this flag run. But Zeos is right there. Oh, he gets killed at the last second before he can return. So great cover here by blue. But again, they need to get this return. Red doesn't actually have to do anything here other than keep their flag carrier safe. If they get a return here, they pretty much locked it up. Under a minute left. And he's just hiding under here. But let's go see where the red flag, or where the red flag carrier is. He's actually got amped cover, which could be absolutely huge, the timing of that. Because again, 39 seconds left, and Blimpo stays alive. They're going to win this. They're going to secure this comeback win on map 1. Dodges those rockets. Here we go, blue team finally making a big charge in. Surprised to only see 3. Flag goes down. They get the return. Their flag goes down. Both flags getting returned, and with 20 seconds to go, that's pretty much going to do it. Blue flag's going to be safe. But red is going to take this match. I'm going to give you a quick look through the stats here. So a nice comeback win by Red there. Didn't panic. You can see the nets. Nets don't really matter. It's all about the flag caps. Overall, extremely even match going back and forth and back and forth. That seems unlikely that Rusty only picked up 1 health vial the entire map, but here you go, there's your stats. I didn't see anyone dominating the 100 armors here. And Blimpo getting 5, you kind of expect that. He plays more of a mid-type role. It seems like Red got a bit more of the 100s, but I don't necessarily know if that played a huge factor. Certainly Razor was able to pull them back within 1 after they went down 2 with a speed run that he was only able to do by grabbing that 100 armor. What I mean by speed run was he was able to just grab the flag, piston out in front of the defenders, and then on a map like Grendel, whenever you get out into these open straightaways, you can actually outrun the defense. You can outrun translocators by pistoning your way back to base, and he did that, and he was only able to do that because he had enough armor to get it done. So, you know, that one definitely, 100 armor played a big role there. Otherwise, a lot of the caps that we saw that were just very effective relays, and when we saw the blue team there almost able to get one, get one secured for the tie based on the really effective cover and clutch cover kills one after another, denying Red the chance to return the flag. And I'm not sure if they're going to go back to the same color teams. As far as the game is concerned, I don't believe there's any rule about switching sides. We all play symmetrical maps, and players can all force the enemy skins to be whatever color they want. So typically you're going to be playing against the same color enemy skins no matter what. So there's no like advantage or disadvantage there. Especially on a map like Orbital2 here, it's mostly neutral colors, so there's not any issues with that. So, but it looks like we are going to have things back where they were. Shot caller Zeos' team is going to be red over there. Dictator's team, mass defense or mass derp or whatever they're actually really going by. They're going to be on blue on your right side there. Looks like we're getting the 5th player of red back in the game. Maybe had to reboot or something. Or they might be swapping people out. I know there's some rules against, or excuse me, about participation too. I think everyone has to play at least one map or something along those lines. So, you know, we are going to see a lot of swapping between maps and rosters, flipping people in and out. Oh, looks like they're bringing in B-Banks. So again, we're going to have 4 out of 5 players on this red team from North America. Reasonable ping so far. I think most of these guys, I mean, Zeos obviously is here in Austin. I think the rest of the guys are going to be essentially East Coast. I know B-Banks is Northeast for sure. He's got that. He's definitely got that accent. But so pretty reasonable pings as far as red team is concerned, despite being mostly North American and playing in this UK server. Probably tell by the pings that blue team here, their only North American player is going to be Bob. Didn't seem super affected by it. Certainly was laying down some good cover. I think the biggest problem you have is things like movement and translocator. I know switching weapons is definitely very noticeably slower whenever you have a higher ping. But you can adjust to a certain degree, and I think these guys are doing a good job of that so far. Now that said, I do wonder, I think the red team, I don't know, I think the red team with their lineup, I think they can play either type of game. I think they can play a really fast-paced, high-speed type of game where you're playing 3 really, fast offense. Or I can think they can probably slow it down too, but this being Orbital 2, it's a map that if one team decides to play 2.5 to 3D, you can really slow the game down. You can make it a 1-0 kind of game, something that really drags on. And, I'm kind of curious to see how they decide to play this one. This is one of the larger maps that we play. Not just with size, but complexity. You have to go through a bit of twists and turns to get out to mid from the base. And once you're out in mid, you're going to only have, as you can see there's only a few exits to mid from the bases. So, pretty much have to fight your way across mid. There's not really any way to speed run this map. That's going to be a key difference from Grendel. Again, we saw Razor with that clutch It wasn't a tying cap, but it brought him back within 1 on Grendel Keep. You can't really do that on this map. There are some trick jumps you can do in mid to kind of be a little less predictable. Maybe change your route, change your direction. But there's not really a way to just straight up outrun people through Orbital. That's been true of any Orbital map, and it's kind of one of the trademarks of the style of map, is that you can pretty much expect to have to fight your way in, fight your way out, and then fight your way across mid. That said, it is one of those maps where once you get back in your own base, the team can seal the entrances to your base behind you. So once the enemy flag carrier gets into their base, you're pretty much praying at that point, because it's very, very difficult to get back across the map and get back in position. So what you're going to see is a lot of these chasers, a lot of these people that are chasing down flag carriers need to be careful about dying, more so than on some smaller, faster maps. Alright, we're just about ready for map 2 of this first round match. And it's game time, baby. ConX5 here with the 10th anniversary CTF Draft Cup. Just saw shot callers there on the left. Looks like we're going to have a restart here. One of their players crashed. Alright, good. That gives me time to reset here. 2 players crash? Well, there's Imitator back. There's Chowie back. So, players back in, and we're going to go ahead and just pretend like that last 30 seconds didn't happen. One thing I'll be curious to see is, I mean, I guess we're going to have B-Banks playing cover. You know, Red Team does have a bit of a lack of real dedicated flag runners. B-Banks, a good fragger. I think he's probably more known as being kind of a swingman. So, you know, the kind of player you would put mid. Kind of the same thing as Blimpo. You might see Blimpo carrying the flag more on this map. Him in there, I mean, you probably have Razor as your point man, grabbing the flag the most. B-Banks probably more in a cover role, but Blimpo, while I think he's probably the most dangerous in the mid, he can definitely piston around too, and while it doesn't play a huge role in this map, might be more comfortable doing it than B-Banks. On the other side, I didn't see a whole lot of trick jumping going on. I know Bob can do it, but I think that based on what we saw from the blue team, they're probably going to play more of a traditional capture the flag approach, probably a lot more of just, you know, trying to blob up and just cover their way and relay their way back to base more meticulously, I guess you'd say. And this map definitely lends itself to that more so than Grendel Keep, or I should say necessitates it. Because you really can't, like I mentioned, you can't really speedrun this map, so I don't know, I think what we're going to see here is a team that can put together the most effective seal. I mean, I think I think both teams are going to get these flags moving effectively at some point or another. But whichever team can convert those flags or those long runs into caps, you know, where you get to your front door of this base, then you have that big scrum that's basically like a 5-on-5 team deathmatch fight. Whoever wins it typically is going to decide whether that flag gets returned or capped, and I think that's going to be the crucial point. So I'm going to put down the scoreboard and give you an idea. These front areas, these front entrances into base, this is your natural flag route. What I mean is that's the straightest path. It's the one we're going to typically fall down into if you get disrupted, you get knocked down by rockets, even if you're up on the catwalks or whatever. Getting shot, you're typically going to end up coming through here most of the time. So keep an eye out for all these fights coming through this all-important doorway. The players are ready, and we're going to get started again. And it's game time, baby. ConX5 here. Map 2 of this round 1 match in the 10th anniversary CTF Draft Cup. Just saw shot callers on the left there taking Grendel Keep, and a pretty impressive comeback last 2-minute comeback, and blue team now trying to even things out. I do think this is a map that maybe gives them, oh, a nice headshot there by Chowie. Yeah, I think this map maybe plays to blue team's style more so than Grendel, although I don't think Red's going to have trouble with it either. Saw a back and forth game on Grendel. I think we're going to see less flag movement on this map. It's going to come down to who can get these sustained flag runs converted into caps. Chowie's going to be up top here. We're going to watch him defend, see how he sets up. You see what he's doing with that translocator. Dropping it behind so that if he turns the corner and gets surprised by an attacker, he can drop back and essentially get himself one more shot at them. See him trying to cut him off here. Another good example here of a slow, methodical flag run by blue. He's backing up, changing direction, trying to give his cover time to get back across the map. That's a factor in these bigger maps. Every death is going to cost you a good 10 to 15 seconds. And, you know, it's certainly a different perspective than on, say, Grendel, where pretty much no matter what situation you die in, you can get back into the action within a few seconds. You've got to be a little more careful about that. And you saw Chowie there, actually going out of his way to grab 50 armor, so that he could try to return that flag with a little bit more survivability. Not something you would necessarily do on another map. You might just want to dive forward, see the instant kill, shredding him with that flag primary. And you see what Chowie's doing here. You want to note this. Not only is he dropping his trans... Wow, Chowie's absolutely on fire this map. Already a couple headshots, some full flag primaries. The way he's playing right now, he could pretty much be solo defending. As it happens, he actually has Zeos, one of the better defenders around, alongside him as well. So, looking good for the red team. If Chowie can play as well as he's played in the first few minutes, that's going to be an extremely difficult task for the blue team to get that flag moving in. More to the point, the more time that your flag spins in your base on a map like this, the less pressure it puts on your offense to have to turn around and try to locate your enemy flag carrier and try to stop them. And that means that your team can put 3 people on full dedicated offense, and that means you've got a lot more pressure you can put on the enemy defense. This flag moving a little bit, down to 12 health, however, so he's going to get caught up to... He's going to get cut off. You really need to get this flag moving. They've got the cherry pick here, but it's such a tough map here to really juke out the defense, especially defense that communicates well. This isn't one of those maps where you're going to be planning on cherry picking much, because if nothing else, you get out to mid right here, you're so predictable with the 3 possible exits that you're not going to gain a whole lot. So what you're going to want to see is teams that have their cover going in just in one big blob. Again, 3 people dropping basically 2 people in to occupy the defenders, and then have one guy running and grab. Who's got it out to mid right now, but they're getting completely cut off. We're going to have a 100 armor spawn here, so I'm going to go ahead and hang out here. One's going to go to B-Banks. Gets negated by a huge combo, though. I thought I heard an amp taken. I don't know if that would have been the spawn time or not, but we're going to flip through players just to see. Doesn't look like it was. I don't think that would have been the correct timing anyway, but anyway, we're going to follow this. Yet another solo flag grab by blue. Oh, looks like he has some cover, so they're going to get a chance to run out high mid. They're going to expect a cutoff probably here on the left side by flag. Yep, there they are. Red, however, committing both people to that flag exit. That's going to be a mistake, because that'll allow him to get set up, run out that link exit. Oh, a couple good lightning gun shots take everybody down, but that was a little bit of a misstep by Red, sending both people to cut off on that left side. You'd like to have one guy on the right and one guy on the left. See Red setting up. You're going to see a lot of flag runs where you want to be patient, wait for your team to get out in front and block, take everybody out. Looks like 100 armor came up. B-Bank's going to fight through this doorway, and again, Rocket's taking him out. They do get the pickup. Now, red team's going to have the advantage here as they're getting blue taken out one at a time. Razor's going to have a clean path to his flag stand. He can't piss it because he's only got 5 health, but good cover kills behind him. And you see what they did there. Once he got through that door, they were able to completely seal off the base. And so even despite only having 5 health, Razor was able to get all the way back through there. Let's go take a look in mid. I don't know if that 100 armor was elated, but I think we probably got another 20 seconds till that, so not a whole lot to see there. Not sure if this amp is up. Blimpo seems to be protecting the area, so he may think it's up. Anyway, let's catch up with this flag carrier in the meantime. Razor's going to be coming out to mid, 125 health, looking pretty good, has cover in front of him. Blimpo doesn't have amp, so must not have been spawning. See what he's doing? He's being patient, trying to stay alive, giving his teammates time to set up cover for him. But blue is just absolutely bombarding that entrance. Not able to get anything done there. So while we're at it, why don't we take a look at, I don't know, one of the blue defenders. Unless Tolian's not defending this game. We're going to watch him anyway for a minute. So we have a big fight over mid. I'm not sure if amp is coming up. 100 should have been taken a bit ago, so I don't think that's relevant. Okay, it looks like Tolian is defending. It looks like he did push up just to try to help with some power-up control. Not a bad move there. If your entire enemy team is going to be out in mid fighting over power-ups, you might as well push forward a defender to try to take him out. A little bit surprised not to see him drop a translocator back in base, so you see the nice LG shock combination there, but Typically, if you're pushing out to mid that far, you're going to drop a translocator back in base. That way, if someone sneaks around you and grabs that flag, be back in position to cut him off and get eyes on the flag carrier. See Red dropping a couple in at once. Banks able to get the frag, but is he going to be able to... Oh, they have to get the second kill. He's looking real low in health, though, so he's going to maybe want to cycle or circle back through flag. No, he's got cover around him, so he's going to go ahead and go out to mid. Might want to pass his flag. He's going to go down easy, but a nice pickup by Blimpo. He may go high mid. Oh, he misses the jump. Pistons into mid. He will be able to pick up 75 health here. Oh, he goes down to a combo, but a nice pickup by Razor. He's pistoling into his base. Mid-hair kamikaze. Did they get that return? No, Blimpo gets back for the pickup. He gets in his door, and now is when they can seal behind him. That flag gets returned. Looks like he got stuck in that 50 area, or it doesn't get returned. It looks like they're timing the return. There it is. Blimpo actually had trouble getting back to his base, but again, this map's so big, once you seal the base, you can make a couple mistakes there and still get back. So let's take a look at the scoreboard here as we've got Red going up 2, and in a bigger, slower map like this, that's a pretty significant lead. Not by any means possible to overcome, but it's definitely going to be difficult for the blue team now, as that 2-frag lead that they lost on Grendel's a lot more common than losing a 2-frag lead on Orbital. Let's flip through the power-ups real quick, see how those are breaking down. Razor with 1-on-1, Bob with 1. Looks like they're pretty much spread all over the place. Kind of surprised to see Blimpo only getting a couple amps. Let's follow Razor now, see what he's seeing through his perspective. He's running out to mid. He knows he's going to expect a whole lot of crap. Oh, he's actually finding the blue team distracted by covering their own flag carrier. He gets out to mid free. He's going to go down. That flag does get returned. Now blue team has a chance to tie this one up, or to get closer to tying this one up. 1 kill there. So it looks like blue there kind of got a little lucky. They allowed the red team to sneak out into mid. It looks like they were already waiting there. Their players were going back and forth between covering their flag carrier back to base and then turning around and defending and killing enemy flag carrier. Totally now on a killing spree. Let's watch him a little bit more as he's completely stacked. Again, pushing up to mid, presumably to help disrupt Blimpo and the red offense from grabbing power-ups. There's the amp spawning right there. Let's see who grabbed it. Looks like it's going to be B-Banks. Anticipating a chase back into base, doesn't happen. Be able to get into blue flag room. Oh, nice, nice flak ball. Does take a lightning gun. Nobody on his team in position to grab the flag, so he's just going to have to grab it himself. Not really optimal, but I don't think it's going to make a huge difference. Unfortunately, they're going to hear where he is because of that amp running out, so he's going to try to juke them and go low. But I don't know how effective that's going to be. Let's see if his teammates are setting up cover in front of him. He's going to be very, very patient, grabbing this 50 armor. And he's going to sneak out to mid. Blue team's definitely going to be waiting for him. Oh, they actually push him across mid with that shock primer. He's going to be able to piss into his front door. Now we see the big fight over this front door area. Red team able to get the pickup there. Another pickup. Blue, though, finally returns it as they were just basically all waiting there. So let's catch up with Zeos and see what we're seeing from his perspective. Defending against Blue, who now we're just about hitting the halfway point of this match. Blue might need to be a little bit more concerted with their offensive effort. You might think that you don't want to be... Oh, nice headshot there by Zeus. You might think that you don't want to be overly aggressive on a map, or only halfway through the map, but on a map like this, you have no idea how many chances you're actually going to get to put together a sustained flag run. See Zeus also dropping his trans. Forget if I mentioned, but one thing that you noticed Chowie doing earlier is dropping his translocator in a different spot every time. That's really, really important because all it takes is one time, one defender to see where you're dropping your trans, communicate that to his teammates. All of a sudden, every time they pour through, they're going to be taking shots at that little dark corner or wherever you put it. And that's no good for you, so very important to be unpredictable. That's one thing, like I said, Chowie and Zeus are known for, as being patrolling defenders that are never in the same place twice. Zeus in a spree here as he tries to clear out the 100 armor. His flag does get moving in the meantime, though, so they're communicating effectively. It looks like he had Chowie back in base. Almost a mid-air telefrag. May have had that if he would have teleported, but instead gets him with that lightning gun shot.